My first impressions of the 18mm 1.4. So the pictures that you're seeing on your screen right now were all done with the 16mm 1.4 WR. This lens was my favorite lens. It's such a niche lens, it's so fun to use, you could do so much with it. I've gotten macro type shots with it, I've gotten landscapes, portraits, I've done in-studio portrait work, I've done a lot of street photography with it, architectural photography. It really runs the gamut what you can do with it, but it's kind of a niche lens. It's, you really have to go through, and go out and shoot with that lens to get used to it because it's so wide. And there is distortion in that lens, and I find that the distortion in the 16 actually helps with the character of that lens. Now, I don't have the 16mm anymore, and I wanted to replace that wide angle with something else, and I decided on the XF 18mm f1.4. This has the new linear motors in it. That's different from the 16. The 16 is a little bit slower. They're both weather sealed, which is really great. The 16mm is a little bit wider in width when it comes to the construction and is pretty hefty. The 18mm is a little bit more narrow and a little bit longer. The 16 is like one of the only two lenses. I think the old 23 and the 16mm have the focus clutch. So you could switch between manual and autofocus with that clutch. I think they've kind of abandoned that whole idea of the focus clutch, so we're not really going to go too much into that. But this 18mm is definitely different than the 16mm. This has a lot more micro contrast. We know about that. A lot more definition. It really renders the 40 megapixels exactly how it should. But does that mean it's a better lens? I'm not quite sold on it yet. So I went out after my run at Pfluger Bridge in Austin, Texas, and I grabbed this camera with my 18mm and just went out for a photo walk. So here's some video and some photography that I did on that walk. Okay, so I just went for my morning run out at Pfluger Bridge, Lady Bird Lake over in Austin, Texas, and I'm using the 18mm 1.4. I decided to go for a photo walk, so I'm gonna grab my camera. And this is the 18 with this stabilization of the X-T5. I can't even see myself, so I don't even know if this is coming out. But I'm just gonna go for a little photo walk and put the 18 1.4 through its paces. I don't have a mic right now, so I'm not gonna do much video without a mic. But I'll get back to you in the studio. But I'm gonna check out the 18 1.4. I've used it for work, but I have not used it on the street. And so let's see what I come up with today. I appreciate what this lens produced. The autofocus was really great. It was really easy to focus with. It's completely silent when it comes to this autofocus. Not necessarily the same thing with the 16. As far as the performance, it's great. I find that it is a little stale when it comes to just the overall, the way that the pictures come out as opposed to the 16. I have not taken the 18 through its paces the way I have with the 16 over the years. So maybe what I have to do is get another 16, at least borrow one, and then I can actually put these things through their paces together and then see which one I like better. But as far as for now, the 18, I really like the way it renders photos. If I'm gonna do a wedding, this is gonna be great for group shots, great for establishing shots. This would be great for street photography, for establishing, or for landscapes. I just need to use it more. I need to get out there and do it more. So just my first impressions really is not selling me on the difference between the 16 and the 18. For right now, the 16 wins for me, just because I have a lot more experience with it. Does it mean that it's a better lens? The 18mm, incredible micro contrast, definition, clarity, autofocus, speedy fast, weather sealed. It's a great lens. Anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. If you have any questions, comments, feelings, thoughts, concerns, or reprimands, leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!